Hey guys, so for today's video I'm just going to be showing you what I do for my foundation routine. So I'm just going to show you what I do from start to finish for my skin, just because I have some redness and some acne scarring. So I'm basically just going to show you exactly what I do. So if you're interested in learning what I do, just keep watching. Okay, so as you can see I have no makeup on whatsoever, so you can see all my acne scars and any other kind of scarring redness. And also I don't break out that often, but I just happen to get a pimple when I want to film this video, so that's great. So the one thing I have on my face right now is my toner and my moisturizer. So I don't use a foundation primer every single day, but when I do use one, this is what I use. It's the, here it is, the L'Oreal Studio Secrets Magic Perfecting Base. You can get this at drugstores. It just kind of has like a jelly type consistency. So I would just take this with my fingers. Just kind of pat this all over my skin and then just blend it in. Because I have so much redness in my skin, I have it around my nose, this pimple obviously, around where my acne scars. I like to use a correcting concealer, so the one I use is by Physicians Formula, and this is their green corrector concealer. So I just take this and I apply it wherever I have, red areas. So anything that's red, I even have like a little scar by my lip, so I just put that right there. Any kind of any redness that you have, the green will cancel out. So I know I look like Shrek. So I'm just going to take my ring finger and just blend this out. Just blend that into my skin. Okay, so now that I have that blended in, you can kind of see I have a little bit of a green overcast in my skin, and it didn't completely cover up my pimple, but it kind of just canceled out some of the redness in it. So next I'm just going to do my foundation, and the foundation that I use is by CoverGirl. It's the CoverGirl and Olay Simply Ageless Foundation, and my shade is in the number 210. So this is actually targeted for women with fine lines and wrinkles, and since I don't have those yet, but because I have the deep acne scars, I figured it would do the same thing, it would help me in the same way. I just take my foundation, and the brush that I use is by Sonia Kashuk, and it's just this kind of stippling brush, kind of like a flat top brush. Sigma sells one just like this. I don't know who else does, but I got this. It's Sonia Kashuk. I got this from Target for like $16 or so. So I just take my foundation and I just dab it into the product, and then I just stipple it all over my face. And a little bit on my forehead. And then I go ahead and just blend it in. Just working in circular motions, just because it blends out a little bit easier that way. And then just blend that down onto my neck. And sometimes if I want a little bit thicker coverage, I'll just go over and do a little bit more. Okay, so that's it for the foundation. The next is concealer. The concealer I use is the Kat Von D Tattoo Concealer, and this is in the color Light. And I don't know if you can even see that. So obviously this is more meant for tattoos, and that's why I originally bought this, was to cover one of my tattoos. But because it's such a thick consistency, it actually covers really well just as a concealer. So that's what I use it for. So I just take a little bit on my ring finger like that. I add it I add it onto my dark circles, just patting it on. And then blending it. Do the same for the other side. Just make sure I get, especially right here, you want to make sure you get, because a lot of times the dark circles aren't just right here, they go up a little bit. They do on me anyway. Just lightly blend that out. That's my dog in the back. And then I also just take some, put it anywhere else that I need it. Especially this giant pimple. And just so I can get better coverage, I just tap it on there instead of actually swiping it, because it just gets better coverage when you tap it on your skin. I'm just going to take a little bit more. I have a little scar up here. and then also around my nose. And then I'll just go back in with my Sonia Kashuk brush and then just kind of tapping it to blend it and to set it. That's pretty much it. Sometimes I use a face powder to set it. It kind of just depends on how my skin is that day. If it's a little bit more on the dry side, I won't use a setting powder just because I feel like it makes my skin look even more dry. But if I do, the one I use is the MAC Mineralized Skin Finish Natural in the color Light. So I would just take that, and then the brush I use, if I want more of a full coverage, I'll take this little brush like this. It's kind of like a dome brush, and it has dense bristles. This one I got from IMATS a couple years ago, but this is by Royal and Langnickel, and it's called the Baby Dome brush. That's for if I want more of a full coverage powder. If I want something a little bit lighter, then I'll just take my MAC 150 brush, and it's just a really big powder brush. Today I'm just going to go ahead and use this one because it's my favorite one. So I would just kind of tap that into my powder, tap it off, and then I would press it into my skin. Underneath my chin, on top of my nose, a little bit on top of my eyelids, just to soak up any oil, and then on my forehead. And then after I put my powder, I'll go back in with my powder. If I need a little bit more coverage, such as this little pimple I have right here or anything else, I'll just take a fluffy brush, make sure it's clean, and just my face powder, and I'll pick up some of that on the brush, and then I'll just press it onto whatever needs coverage, such as that pimple, just so it gets a little bit more coverage so you can't see it as much. And maybe around my nose. And then sometimes I'll even go underneath underneath my eyes where my dark circles would be, just to set the powder. Just to set the concealer. Okay, so that is it for my foundation routine. It's pretty quick. I only use, I think, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 products and then just a couple brushes. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed that. If you have any questions about anything I use or anything like that, please let me know down in the comments, and I'll see you guys next time. Thanks for watching. Bye.